Well, welcome back to the 99 Neste Rally of Finland for the last special stage of the rally. Special stage number 23, 7.01 kilometers of all-action material. And of course, the big thing is there are 3 points for the fastest on this special stage, 2 for the second and 1 for the third. And on the line we have Tommi Mäkinen, who retired on special stage 14, rehearsing his notes there. They're only an aide-de-memoire. These Finns know these roads very well. As we go into it, the first runner will be Tommi Mäkinen, followed by Thomas Radstrom, Didier Auriol, Francois Delacour, etc. We must apologise because of the problems of the Grand Prix. We will not be able to bring you all the coverage that was scheduled, but we will start with Tommi Mäkinen currently leading the World Rally Championship, the World Drivers' Championship. He'll now be just sitting there, making sure that the intercom is working, making sure that he's switched on all the various switches, looking for the countdown. He's got 20 seconds to go. The tension in that car. He really needs to attack here because 10 points have gone away, not being able to win the rally. But of course he can get 3 points if he wins this stage. 6 seconds. Go! And the master of the Finnish roads leaves the start line. It's a long, fairly fast straight, building up speed. Watch for the uncanny accuracy of this man, winner of this rally for the last 5 years, as he comes now to the first corner. It's a right-hander, and we watch him set the car up here, beautifully controlled, comes to the center line and a very straight exit. This is why this man is so good. And we can just hear in the background Minister Mäki calling the notes to Tommi as he goes through the tree into this left-hander and up over the first of the blind crests, which Finland is so famous for. Comes down now into a right-hander, sets the car up, slides it through the corner as he just goes, disappears out of sight. Now he's through that corner, coming to this crest. Which way does it go? Slightly left over it. But you can see the car working very well. Tommi not working too hard at the steering. That means the car is working efficiently. Over this crest again. Many crests on this rally. Into the left-hander. The time ticking away in the right-hand corner. That's the one to look for. Now he comes down. Watch the time at the tree, give you an idea of how well the others do against him. 1:22. Beautifully through that corner. No oversteer, that's the key to it. You must keep the car moving forwards. The dust is flying at the moment. Little damp though in places. Watch the uncanny line, the way he sets the cars up to go into the jumps and lands always pointing in the right direction, or at least he hopes so. We're coming to a sequence in a minute, which is quite breathtaking. Whoa, wonderful control, nearly in the ditch there, but absolutely right on the button. Here's the first midpoint time, 1:56, that's the 2:02, we've got a little hiccup in the timing, 2:02.98, that's the one to look forward. Over this crest, going left. The suspension working really well. Minister Mäki calling the notes. Tommi really working hard. He wants 3 points from this special stage. Beautiful, look at the line here, right out on the outside, bringing it into the apex and then exiting. The next corner going right, so he doesn't go too far to the right. Beautiful control. This man is a master. Absolute master is Tommi Mäkinen. Now watch the split time over this crest. 2:55, that's another one to look forward to for the future when the other cars come. Beautiful landing, the car just lands, absorbs the energy without any hiccups thereafter. That gives the driver immense confidence as he comes now very close to the finish. And he will burst into view. And his time, 3:21.25. That is the target for all the others to go for. Now, has Tommy done enough to secure 3 points as he comes to the line? He had nothing to lose because this last special stage counts in the rally. And here we go, and I think Tommy is going to be interviewed.
Tommy, do you think that your speed was fast enough to get some points?
That's a big question. It was as fast as I could find immediately. It was quite difficult to find good speed and place exactly the best place to start the braking and so on. But it was. I did what I did.
Well, he certainly looks as though he's given it his all. Now we have Thomas Radstrom, the second car on the stage, looking for the clock. Go! And off he goes. Now, Thomas retired earlier on the rally. He had an accident on special stage 14 and was later to retire earlier this day to get the car ready for this last special stage. As he goes on his way, the Swedish driver lives fairly close to Finland, so knows these type of roads very well, beautifully through that corner. The Ford Focus seemed to be working very well. Colin McRae perhaps being a little bit disappointed with his performance, but Thomas has gone well until he overcooked it, as he did in New Zealand, in the recent rally of New Zealand. But his lines are looking good, not too much action on the steering wheel, so he could have a good time here. Let's look at the split time. And where's the split time gone? It hasn't come. So to my mind, he's going fairly quickly, but I think Tommy is just that bit faster, little bit more efficient. Tommy's using a little bit less of the road than Thomas Radstrom on this very fast section, long right hand. Look at the way they just move the car, just pinpoint accuracy on these roads that are so fast. Right and then left as he come out of view. Now into this right-hander. Now going left. Beautiful control, absolute commitment. Now watch his line here, right out to the right like Tommy. The car, a little bit more roll on the car, I think, than the Mitsubishi Lancer of Tommy Mäkinen. But he's still going very well. Looking at the time on the right-hand side, I think he's just a couple of seconds down at this point. Now we come to a difficult section. Over the crest he should come. Now I think he's just a couple of seconds down. Very close to the finish now. Listen, he needs to be there in 15 seconds if he's to make it. Just watching the car not flying too much through the air, because when it flies, the wheels aren't in contact with the ground, so you can't drive forwards. Now the time comes. Let's look for it. 3:24.06 for Thomas Radstrom. As he comes to the line, he's given it his best. Of course, he is trying for these elusive points. Now we have Didier Auriol, who retired deliberately before special stage 22. He wasn't in the points to give his mechanics a little bit more time to get the car in perfect order for this shootout here. He has probably the most to gain. If he can get the 3 points here, that will help his championship position enormously. Because having no points from the rally, if he can win 3 points here, he will be doing very well. The drivers during the event, Carlos and Didier, have been complaining that the cars have been very nervous, but the car looks to be functioning very well here. I believe they have changed the center differential, and that is the controller between the action of the front and the rear diffs. And yes, he looks to be going very well indeed. A little bit sideways into that, but a very straight exit as he comes on down now to this right-hander, flicks the car to the right. On his way now. Watch the Toyota over the jumps. Compared, if you can remember how the Ford and the Mitsubishi went, I think the Toyotas don't quite, bit of flashing of sparks there off the titanium undershield as he comes to the midpoint, flicking it left, right to go left. Left to go right, sorry. On he goes, over this crest. You can hear the wheels just coming unbuttoned with the road as he flies over the crest. Just setting the car up from one corner to the next. Dennis Giraudet calling the notes. And Didier, to me, looks as though he's trying very, very hard. Into the right-hander, flicking up the dust. Windscreen wipers going. Now, is that a sign that rain is coming? Watch his line here. Right out, left foot braking as he goes through the corner. This is the big attack from Didier. 3 points. He's going for the 3 points. And over the crest, I think he's very close to Tommi Mäkinen, and a little bit more air than some of the other cars so far. Lands over that one, flicks it, beautiful control there, setting the car up for the next corner, coming to the finish now. What is the time going to be? Over the line he goes, 3:20.44, and that is the fastest by 0.8 of a second from Tommi Mäkinen. So Tommy will be disappointed. Didier ecstatic at this moment. Remember, all the other cars have got to come, but he must be a happy chappy, as we will see. I think he gave that 10-10. He's definitely not rushing to take his helmet off.
The car must be working very well at the moment.
Yes, I see it. My assistance with the guys right now was start. So my car was very good. I have tried. We clean a little bit the road, that is a problem. But we have tried.
And I think his face shows the effort that Didier's put in there. Is it 3 points, I wonder? Welcome back to the rally, Neste Rally of Finland. This is Tony Gardemeister, currently lying in 7th place, going into this stage. Yeah, it's okay. And this is Tony Gardemeister going through the stage, currently lying in 7th place. Remember, he had a magnificent 3rd place on the recent Rally of New Zealand in the new Seat Cordoba. This is a new car debuting on this event. Both cars at the moment are in the top 10, with his teammate Harry Rovanperä lying 5th. So an excellent showing. Oh, and he gets very sideways there. That is perhaps not the way to do it, but this maybe shows the amount of effort that Tony is putting in this. He's going for the extra point. Remember, he's in 7th place, so he's really got it all to go for. As the rain is coming down, that is significant. The rain is coming down quite heavily, so it won't help the cars coming if this rain continues like this. The stage will get slower. The tail of the car is a bit happier than moving around more than we saw from the Mitsubishi and the Ford. Coming into the right-hander, sliding it through well, but too much oversteer. You can just see the tail of the car slipping out beyond the centre line. That just loses those vital tenths of a second. And the rain lashing down now. Tony Gardemeister in this car for the 2nd time this year, and looking to be doing an excellent job. These Finns are uncanny with their reading of the road and their millimetre precision. The pointing of the front of the car is just uncanny. Tony Gardemeister, a prodigal son of the Juha Kankkunen and Tommi Mäkinen stable. They're supporting him in his efforts to get to the top in World Championship rallying. Wonderful the way the Finns do this for each other. That seemed to be better. More control there, not sliding the car as much. Being a new car, they're probably still learning that getting the last little bits and pieces out of the car takes a bit of time. A good flying through the air, flying a little bit more than the other cars so far, I feel. But certainly going very well. I put him just about a second down, perhaps, on Mäkinen as he comes to the finish. And there's he's 3rd, 3:23.89. So Tony Gardemeister, has he got a point here? He's currently lying 7th in the rally. That could have given him a very precious point. Obviously a long way behind the other drivers in the championship of doing all the events. What he's shaking his head for, I don't know. That looked pretty good to me. This young Finn, 24 years of age, and obviously a star for the future. Yes, I think he's saying the back of the car. Now, Colin McRae on the stage. Blue smoke coming for the car, and definitely on 3 cylinders. Colin had a very slow time on special stage 22, and he's trying to nurse this car through to the end of the stage. He needs to finish this. He is currently in 6th position. He can gain 1 point, 1 precious point. I'm sure the Ford mechanics back at base or back at the ranch, if they've got a television, they're trying to watch this live action, keeping everything crossed as to see whether Colin and Nicky Griss can nurse this car through to the end of the stage, and 1 precious point in his quest for the Drivers' Championship this year. And obviously going very slowly. Tony Gardemeister is some 43 seconds behind him going into this stage, so he needs to finish the stage 43 seconds faster than Tony Gardemeister. But I think the car is sounding sicker and sicker as it goes through the stage. So frustrating for a driver like Colin, who only knows one way to drive, absolute maximum attack, and here he is having to nurse this car through. Pace notes, he's not worried about them, he's just keeping everything crossed up, hoping upon hope that it'll reach the end of the stage. Still on 3 cylinders, the rain coming down, not even going through his normal setup, setting the car into the corner. Oh, it's getting worse. He's trying to nurse. He changed down there. He's probably trying to keep the engine revs as low as possible, in as high a gear as possible. But if it's only on 3 cylinders and maybe going down to 2 cylinders, that's a tough job. But he flew through the air there, so there must be still a bit of go left in the car. Very wide there. What's Colin up to? He's not driving flat out. That was out of character, I would say. Well, Colin used to be a wild and exuberant driver, much more control these days. On he goes. The Ford mechanics are they're crossing everything, I'm sure. Very close to the end now. Is he doing enough? The time looks okay. Looks as though he'd be able to beat Gardemeister. Just 3.8, and I reckon he's got about another 20 seconds of the stage to go if the car makes it. It's getting slower. Oh dear, it's cutting out altogether. Now there's an uphill here. Will it make it? Oh, Colin, what bad luck. Smoke, this looks like the death throes of the engine. Is this a turbo gone? But they should go quicker if the turbo's gone. They just get a lot of smoke, but just the engine is dying. This is a sad death of a Ford Focus, having gone so well through the rally. He will be devastated. And I think you can say that is the retirement of Colin McRae. Now we take a short break. Welcome back, and now Juha Kankkunen blasts off the line as the stage is now got very wet and slippery. I don't think he'll be going for these 3-2-1 points. He will just want to get to the end of the stage so that he can confirm his victory on this Neste Rally of Finland. His teammate Richard Burns has driven absolutely magnificently to finish second, and I think possibly the best drive of his life. So it'll be an outstanding result for Subaru if Juha can get through the stage and confirm his victory in this rally with Richard Burns second, and it'll be a great result for Pirelli as well, as their tyres are on the Subarus, and as they also are on the Seats, who, because of Colin McRae's retirement, Tony Gardemeister has moved up to 6th place, so Seat have had a 5th and 6th finish, which I'm sure they will be delighted with. Juha continuing on his way for what will be his third win on the Finnish rally, showing the style of a master champion, one of the great all-time champions of world rallying, yet another star to come from Finland. Before him, Timo Mäkinen, Hannu Mikkola, Ari Vatanen, Timo Salonen, the names are endless. Juha Kankkunen then came next, and then of course Tommi Mäkinen, who's the last year's champion. What I find interesting is to watch the Subarus ride the bumps, ride the crests. They always seem to land very soft and don't fly so much. That was a big jump there, but it took the bump very well. Johnny Repo calling the notes. probably keeping everything crossed. All they have got to do is finish this stage some 8 seconds faster than Richard Burns, and that will confirm victory on this rally. Juha with the marker in the middle of the steering wheel to show where the wheel is centre. Working away, you can see there's quite a lot of mud on the stage.
Keep middle of a fast jump, 50, keep right.
Beautiful flight through the air then, lovely soft landing. As we watch him here, lovely soft landing. All the time you're in the air, of course, you can't brake or can't steer, and you have no energy to drive the car forward. Juha definitely not going as fast as the others. Comes into the last corner and finishes 9th on the last special stage to confirm a wonderful victory. Johnny Repo and Juha Kankkunen confirming their victory in this rally. And I'm sure he's going to get interviewed now. Victory.
Juha, congratulations. Congratulations, Juha.
Kiitos, kiitos.
In English, the TV stage, did you drive full attack or a little bit more carefully?
No, there was no chance because, you know, it was raining and the first small road beginning was so muddy that couldn't do anything else, just to drive through it, and that's it.
It was raining. What kind of tires you had?
Black round Pirelli.
Congratulations, Juha.
Thank you.
Kiitos, thank you, that's Juha. He doesn't say a lot. So fastest on the special stage, number 23, Didier Auriol, 3:20.44 and 3 points. Second, Tommi Mäkinen, 0.81 of a second, behind to gain 2 points. Third, Tony Gardemeister, 3.4 seconds behind. Remember, the rain came, so the time slowed. Thomas Radstrom, 3.62 seconds behind. Then Carlos Sainz, 6.19. A good attack from Carlos in appalling weather conditions. And there, the winning car of Juha Kankkunen on the finish ramp here in Jyväskylä. All in a day's work, he says. Doesn't look very emotional to me. He's that sort of driver. And he's going to receive his laurels from two very nice looking Finnish ladies, the winner of the Neste Rally of Finland. And a kiss. Yes, that's very nice, but it's all in a day's work. A bottle of champagne. Is he going to open it? Yes, and another bottle. Now, the result of the rally. First, Juha Kankkunen in a time of 3 hours, 8 minutes, 54.5. Second, a magnificent drive, probably the drive of his life. Richard Burns in second place, 3 hours, 9 minutes, 4.2, as the national anthem for Finland is played. He's smiling at last, wonderful. Carlos Sainz finished third in 3 minutes, 3 hours, 9 minutes, 12.5 seconds. The overall championship, the driver championship positions, first now Tommi Mäkinen on 48 points. Second Didier Auriol on 38 points. Carlos Sainz and Juha Kankkunen now equal on 34 points. And Richard Burns moving up the table with 29 points.